Okay, this is a 4-foot long, 3/8 inch fiberglass electric fence rod. I buy these from Tractor Supply for about $1 a piece. They're one of the handiest things that you can have for trapping and snaring. They're very, very lightweight, very strong, very hard to break. Regardless of how I'm going to use it, one of the first things that I always do is I drill a hole near the top of the rod, and I put a piece of aircraft cable or snare cable through it and make a ring. And this is my tie-off point, whether I'm snaring or using a foot trap with these or what. That's where I'm going to tie off. You can see I wrap a piece of electrical tape where I'm going to make the drill hole, and that seems to help with flaking on the gel coat or whatever the protective coating is on the pole that they use. That really seems to help a lot. So every pole that I get, I'll put a hole in it and put a ring through it so I'll have some place to tie off. If you're going to use these for snaring and you attach your snare to the top, when the animal is pulling and the animal is down below, it's always going to be pulling the rod down into the ground. So there's no way the animal can pump it up out of the ground. It's going to be pulling the stake deeper and deeper into the ground every time it tugs on it. Now what I'm going to show you today are these clips, and I bought them from a guy out of Missouri, and I'll post his address at the end of the video. But these are for muskrat trapping. There are two types of clips. One is the bait clip, and you can see this is just a little spring-loaded clip. You squeeze it together and you can easily slide it up or down the rod. And this is designed to stick a piece of bait on an apple or parsnip or whatever you're going to use, piece of potato or piece of wool on it with your lure, whatever you want. You adjust that up or down. The second clip is a U-shaped piece of spring steel that works the same way, but it's designed to hold a trap. And it once again slides up or down, so it depends on how deep you've got this set in the water. I'm showing this to you on dry ground, but this is a water set for muskrat. And what you want is you want to set this so that the trap is very slightly underwater. Say the water level would be an inch or so above the trap. Then you want the bait elevated above the water so that the muskrat can see and smell the bait. And when he comes swimming along, the idea is he's going to climb up on the platform provided by the trap to get the bait, and when he stands up to get it, he is going to trigger the trap and be caught. And of course, if I were setting this, I would actually wire my trap off. You can see I have the chain and a wire, and I would wire it up to my connection point up there, my ring, and that's where the trap would be wired off if I were going to set this. But the idea basically is very simple. You can adjust the height of the trap so that it's just below water level. You can adjust the height of the bait so that it's at the right height, and then when the muskrat comes along, and you can see this is stable. This is not going to move. This is held in here, and you can see it goes under the jaws around the outside of the springs, and then the far jaws rest on it. And I'm pushing down with a good amount of force, and this trap is not going anywhere. So he can climb up from the side, he can climb up from this end, he can climb up from over here, and nothing's going to get upset. And then when he steps on the trap, it slides off. Since the trap is wired to the pole, the muskrat is going to the bottom. The trap's a lot heavier than what he can support, so he's going to drown. The other thing is there's no reason why you just have to have one of these on a pole. You could easily have another spring clip on the back side and have the bait clip like that, or have two bait clips. So you can make a double set in a good location. So anyway, that's how I use these. This will be my first year using them, and I'll update you when trapping season opens. And I've got a few of these in the water.